Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for mid-March 2023. We are going to see what is going on for you at this time. This is just going to be a kind of like a free flow reading. You have this gossip card. It says people are talking about you and what you are doing. It says minimize drama and take personal responsibility to act with integrity. Aries, I just wouldn't even worry about this. To me, we had, we have Mars in Gemini, and it will be leaving at the end of closer to the end of the month, I should say. And, Mars in Gemini is notorious for causing, office drama, any of that political drama BS, from, with like friends and family and things like that. So, as I always say, like, what is the best thing you can do? Ignore it. But it's like worse because we had Mars retrograde in Gemini this year it was there for 7 months. Mars usually spends about 2 months in a sign. And, now Mars is getting to the end. When a planet gets to the end of a sign, it's always, planets are always stronger at the beginning and at the end. So since it's getting to the end, that's probably why this is coming up in your reading. As I always say, like I said, the best thing you can do is ignore it. With Mars in Gemini, if you try to, fight it, if you try to talk about it, you're just going to look super guilty with Mars and Gemini. So again, I always say, just ignore it. The other thing is that when you do ignore it, again, people take your side. So, I kind of feel like this is saying ignore the drama. You have the Nine of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles here. I kind of do feel this is saying, like, focus on your own pentacles here and, just focus on work. Keep doing what you're doing because you're doing the right thing. Sometimes I feel, of course, when the haters come out of the woodwork, it's because you're doing something that they are jealous of. And so I kind of get that energy here, Aries, that if you, if you're experiencing like more pressure at the, this second half of the month, or, if people are saying things about you, I think it's because they're just jealous of your situation. But again, if you lower yourself to that level, then you're going to lower yourself to that level. If you just stay where you are, then guess what? You're just going to continue to create abundance and success in your life. And, that's all you need to do here, Aries. I do feel that there's like a teamwork opportunity coming in for you here, Aries, that could be very beneficial. So, be on the lookout for any teamwork situations. I do feel this is mostly like in business or your career. It could even be one of those things where, I feel for some of you, it's kind of like I'm just going to show you here. It's almost like a boss or something is coming to you and saying like, hey, I want you to lead a team, or I want you to, take control of a team or something. And I would definitely take that opportunity. It looks like it's going to be very profitable, or, it could just lead to more security. For some of you, I also do feel this could be love. So it could be a person who's coming in for you for love. I feel like this person is very busy. I feel like I said this to you before here, Aries. So, again, everybody's different, but I feel like this person is very busy for whatever reason. I almost feel like this person is the Three of Pentacles. Like, I feel like they're all three people on this card. They could be like an entrepreneur. They could be like, they could just have a leadership role in work or something like that. I feel like it would be a good person for you, but I just feel hesitant. Like, I don't know if you're hesitating, if they're hesitating. Maybe both of you are hesitating. But I would say, like, I wouldn't rush into this. That's what I'm getting intuitively. Again, that's not really what that card means, but I read intuitively. That's what I'm getting here, is that there could be a person. Could be a person with Capricorn in their chart. They could be, which would make sense, because if they're like a Capricorn, they're probably a hard worker, is what I would say here. But, I'm just going to show you. Going this way, we have Nine of Wands with the Ten of Swords. It's like you've experienced this before. And I feel like you're saying to yourself, like, is this a repeat situation or is it a new situation, even though it's a new person, right? It's like you're trying to decide. And so, we're going to have to figure that out. I also, by the way, I feel like your resources are clearly increasing at this time. And that's like what I would be focusing on, is increasing your own personal resources. This is financially, but also like your energy and all that other stuff. I would be doing things to make sure that you feel good, Let's see. With the Nine of Cups, I just threw it right down. You have the Eight of Pentacles, and so I love the Eight of Pentacles. Is a card of material success on the horizon. Clearly, there's like an increase in your finances. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Five of Pentacles. This is what you're fearing, like being left out in the cold, obviously. Again, I felt this right away. it's like one of those things. I feel like you could be attracting a person who gets a lot of attention or, is very busy, and you could be fearing getting left out in the cold by this person. I do feel like they're not like that, though. I feel like they are, I don't think they're like that. But again, I feel like people need to be honest with themselves. It's like, it might be a great person, but if they don't have time for you, they don't have time for you. You know what I mean? And it's like, can you deal with that? If the answer is yes, I would say go for it. If the answer is no, then don't, right? I feel like this could be a good person, but I kind of feel like the reading is saying, like, don't try to make it fit. If the person isn't right, it's not right, but it might be. We're going to have to wait till we clarify. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the High Priestess. There's like a little bit of a mystery here. Again, I would encourage you, again, if you meet a person like this, give it some time, see what happens, embrace the mystery, but also trust your intuition. I also feel that if you are I kind of feel like in work or business going this way, it's kind of weird because I feel like there's more. Didn't I say this to you last week? I swear I said this to you last week. It's like, it's almost as if your readings are saying, if you do research, there's like more that you could be doing that would like increase your finances or that would make you more money. But there's like a certain gap here is what I'm seeing. It's like there's a gap in your knowledge, or maybe there's a gap in your abilities, right? And it's not, the reading isn't hating on you. It's just saying, as I always say, we can't be good at everything. So it's like, are there people you can work with, or is there information that you can fill in the gaps with by learning? I would learn as much as you can about your business, if you have a business, or your career, because I feel you could really be kind of growing it very quickly. Next, you have this life buoy card. It says, don't give up. Help is on the way. There you go. There's definitely some assistance coming in for you. It's like a teamwork situation here, like I said, but for some of you, it could just be like love. Sometimes we get love, and I feel like it motivates us to be more successful. So, for some of you, it could be some sort of motivation that's coming in here. For others, like I said, it could be some sort of information that you are learning. I kind of feel like something is opening up. You have the Death card, the King of Wands, which could be you, Aries, and the Ten of Wands. What's interesting with this Death card, it's like something is being... I really don't know what I want to say with this Death card. It's almost as if there's something that you thought was like a blockage, right? That is either being removed, is being changed, or there's like a person or a situation that's going to help you overcome it, whatever it is. That's how, I don't know, I've never had the Death card basically say that, but it's almost like an obstacle is being removed from your life. It could have to do with your beliefs, I'm getting as well. It's like maybe you believed something to be true, and then you found out it wasn't true. I'll just give you an example. When I started this tarot channel over 8 years ago now, there were no tarot readers at that time that had over 10,000 subs. So I was like, if I hit 10,000 subs, I'd be super, super happy, right? And, I never a million years thought that I would have 700 and whatever I have right now, right? Like never even crossed my mind as being possible. And so I kind of get that for you here on the Death card, where it's almost like, you're seeing the true potential that something in your life has. And it feels like work or business to me. Hopefully that makes sense. You have the King of Wands. I kind of just feel like you're sitting in your power, very strong, very confident, very courageous at this time with the strength, with this card here. I feel like it is giving you strength, which I really like to see. You also have the Ten of Wands. What I like about this reading actually is this right here. We go Ten of Wands to the Judgment card to the Empress. It looks to me like you're getting a break, or, you're releasing some sort of energy here, Aries, or some responsibilities, and it's freeing up time. It's making you more abundant. So I kind of feel like you're about to release some burdens. With the Death card, yes, you have the Three of Cups. Could be, I feel like it is a third party that's coming in and helping you. I am not talking about a third party situation of love. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about another person. I feel like there is a person that has nothing to do with your business, or that has nothing to do with your job, or has nothing to do with your relationship, but it's almost like you're awakening to some information here. Look, we go this way. It's almost like you're waking up to a big opportunity here, but I feel like it comes from another person. So again, I can't get away from this message in your reading because it's like the dominant message. I would just be paying attention to what other people say to you. Again, this might not even, it looks like teamwork, Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups, but again, it could just be some information that a person has for you. You could be watching a YouTube video and a person gives you information that like sets you free. I would really be paying attention to this week. With the King of Wands, you have the Fool, taking some sort of leap of faith. So there is clearly a new beginning coming in for you. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Six of Swords, major improvement. I feel like there's a big improvement coming in for you this week, and it does feel like work or business related. I do feel for a small percentage of you, it could be love that's entering into your life as well, like I said, and like both love and business. And, I feel like it's a big improvement, but I also feel like there's something about, like, whatever this is being a big change, Maybe you're having to release a little bit of control. Maybe you're having to trust another person. Again, I would just kind of think about that. Next, in your next row, you have this mountain card. It says challenges, achievements. You have a snake. It says desire and attraction. Again, if you are attracting a person, I do feel there will be a lot of desire here. I don't think it's bad or good. I kind of feel like this reading is saying, make sure that you're being honest with yourself. If you're attracting a new person at this time, make sure that you are being honest with the fact that they're busy and they're not going to change, or, whatever the case may be. Because I feel like you could avoid a lot of future hurt. But also sometimes, like, maybe a person's super busy. Maybe you would like to spend more time with them, but also maybe having the understanding of, like, what they're trying to do. I think that could also free up a lot of, like, worrying or, whatever the case may be. So, definitely something to think about. I feel like there's some big opportunities coming in for you. Again, that says challenges, achievement on it. And then you have the Nine of Wands, Ten of Swords, Judgment, and the Six of Pentacles. This, to me, is giving me the vibes of something kind of like coming back to life. I feel like you thought something was dying or dead. And you have the Nine of Wands, which says don't give up. And then you also have this Judgment card, which is like a resurrection. So I get this vibe that something is being resurrected in your life. I do feel it has to do with your abundance. So like something that you're working on or something that you're creating. It's like something is being reborn. I do feel it's going to require change. Again, the people inside these coffins here. Inside the coffin represents their past life. Outside the coffin represents their new life. So they really need to step into their new life. They need to get out of the coffin to be successful. And then you have the Six of Pentacles. Just give it a shot is basically what the Six of Pentacles is saying to me. Six of Pentacles is like equal give and take, but sometimes I think Six of Pentacles just says we just have to try a little bit, right? He's like planting seeds. He's investing in these people. And so I kind of feel this is encouraging you to invest in like new situations just a little bit, just in love, in business, in everything that you're doing, by the way. Just put a little energy in, see where it goes, especially if it's new, especially if it's like a resurrection, like I said, with that Ten of Swords to the Judgment card. By the way, I do not think this is a past person. I want to stress that. If it's a resurrection in love, I feel like it's just new love, but you're like getting a second chance to have love in your life. Same thing in business and work. With the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Swords, you have the Ten of Wands. I feel like you're ready to release the burdens. You have the Ten of Wands twice in your reading. And it's going to require some shedding, some like responsibilities, because we have Six of Swords to the Ten of Wands. And Six of Swords, Ten of Wands kind of gives me the vibes of like Ten of Wands is responsibilities. Six of Swords, normally the woman and the child in the boat on the Six of Swords, they are bringing nothing but the clothing on their back across the choppy waters. So it's kind of like popping into my head a couple ways, but it's like, it's going to cause this glow up here. But to do that, I feel like you have to release some things. Like maybe you have to release control, like I said a second ago. Maybe in business, you have to work on a team and give up control over the direction of a project or like certain things that you want to do. Doing those things, especially if you're thinking about it, is going to lead to that Empress. Some of you, maybe you're afraid to work with people because you've been hurt by it in the past, like in work or business. And I feel like this is saying, well, try again. And, there's like a million examples I could give you, but it looks to me like a lot of you could be leaving something behind, and it's going to lead to, it might seem like that you're releasing control or releasing burdens or responsibilities, but I really feel you're creating more Empress energy. Even with the Judgment card, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Like, are you kidding? Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire to have in your life here, Aries. So, it's a tree of life. I always say that Ten of Pentacles is something that's like a living, breathing thing. It's something that we work on for the rest of our lives. It's something that requires like consistent work. And I kind of feel like you're building and leaving your legacy. You're probably setting yourself up for the next many years. Again, it makes sense based off your astrology. As I always say, Uranus in your second house, Jupiter's about to go into your second house in Taurus. And Taurus is a major, really loves Ten of Pentacles. So, makes perfect sense. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Four Swords. Yes, a certain recovery period. Like I was saying at the beginning of the reading, the Empress is giving me the vibes of like getting a break. So I kind of feel like there's a break coming in for you. Next, you have this Wolf card. It says, beware of who you trust. So again, have you learned like what to look out for? I feel like the answer is yes. That you've learned to look out, what to look out for as far as like people, places, and things are concerned. But I feel like this is saying, trust it, right? Trust that you know that when a person lies, that they are a liar. Trust that when a person, does whatever, that that's who they are. But I also feel this could be like a fear of working with other people. But what I would say is that you have the Empress, the Moon, and the Ace of Pentacles. Trust your intuition. I would also say that she understands that there is always the chance of chaos. You can see here that there's a waterfall flowing behind her. That waterfall is actually tied to the tower in the tarot. It kind of represents chaotic force. Like, there's always she understands that any situation she enters into, it could always, come crumbling down. But she's also the Empress. She knows that she creates her own reality, and so she's not afraid to enter into these situations. So true Empress energy is about not being afraid of chaos. Like, she knows she'll always be able to rebuild, fix it, whatever the case may be. So I kind of feel like you are embracing that energy of kind of being bold, assertive. You have the Moon here. Again, I feel like for some of you, you're a little bit uncertain about the future. But I would keep pushing. I always say the Moon does not say stop. The Moon says get to these mountains, because mountains represent achievements. And you have that mountain card showing up here. So there are clearly a lot of achievements coming in for you here, Aries. And you have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is like a card of a big opportunity coming in for you. So I feel like there are some big opportunities that could lead to like a lot of growth and abundance. It looks to me like you're kind of like having a little bit of a wake-up call here, going this direction. Whatever is exciting you this week, I'm telling you right now, I feel it could be very profitable. So if you're like coming up with business ideas, if a person wants to work with you on a business idea, again, trust your intuition, but I feel like it could be very profitable. With the Empress, you have the King of Cups. Trust your emotions as well. The King of Cups, he has very deep emotions. He's normally in the middle of the ocean, but it kind of represents the fact that he trusts his emotions. He knows that if his feelings don't feel right about a person, then he should probably trust that. He knows if his intuition tells him the same thing. But I do feel there could be a King of Cups type person coming in for you. Again, I think that's the difference here. It's almost as if, you could be attracting a person. It's like there's a big difference between, kind of like confident competence and like just narcissistic like power, right? But I think people confuse those two things sometimes. It's like we meet a person, maybe they come off as very confident, and we're like, is this person a narcissist, or are they just really competent, right? It's like those two things kind of are like very different, but they maybe appear to be the same. And I feel like you could be attracting a person where you're like, is this person like a big bad wolf or are they just who they say they are? And again, I would trust people's actions, of course. With the Moon, you have the Ten of Swords here. There's like some sort of death going on here in your reading. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but I also feel there's like a resurrection. But I also feel you have to put more work in to get the resurrection, because mountain card, sorry, wrong camera. Mountain card plus the mountains in the back of the Moon card, plus you have mountains in the back right here of the Ace of Pentacles. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Cups. Divine counterpart coming in for you. Again, I wasn't so sure how I felt about this reading as far as love is concerned, but definitely could be a divine counterpart. I feel like maybe they're just a little bit different. And again, I would just take it slow. Like, I wouldn't rush into this situation is what I would say to you. Could be a water sign for sure. Water's been all up in your business for a while. For others, I really feel like you need to kind of like move towards your heart. Your heart is encouraging you to have this like rebirth, or to breathe life into like a project or a business or whatever it is that you've been working on for a long time. It's almost like a resurrection of your business. So very powerful for your income. Let's see. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this enthusiasm card. I feel very enthusiastic, if you can't tell, in this reading. So definitely a big energy for you. I think things that make you feel enthusiastic, those are exactly the things that you should be moving towards. The things that don't, I would avoid those things, plain and simple. So if things make you feel bad, don't do them. If things make you feel good, do it. You have this practicality card. I just feel it's a very practical, straightforward energy this week where things are going to be very straightforward. So again, trust your kind of like intuition, trust that you're moving the right direction. You have this affair card. This is not like an affair like cheating. This is just like love entering into your life. So I definitely feel it's a great time for love or for attracting love into your life. If you don't want love, again, the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, she really values her heart. So you could just be committing to something that you really want to work on, like in work or business. Next, you have this appreciation card. This card of abundance as well. There's this cornucopia right here on the card, which represents abundance. So I definitely feel a lot of abundant energy here. And finally, you have this charity card. I feel like you just feel like you're being blessed, by the universe. It's like the universe is wanting to give to you in this reading, clearly. So this is an awesome reading here, Aries. I love it. Love where it's going. I would just slow things down. I think if you feel like something is like a wolf, again, I do get confusion there, or something where maybe you're like, is this real? It doesn't have to be a person. Like I said, it could be like a business opportunity or a job, and I would just take your time is what I would say here, but looks really good. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.